Have you ever felt that something greater is trying to communicate with you, but the noise of everyday life makes everything seem confusing? Maybe it's that sudden intuition, that inexplicable shiver, or a thought that keeps coming back, even when you try to ignore it. Today, the angels have guided me to you to bring a message that cannot wait any longer. The universe is trying to tell you something that could completely change the way you see your life, your relationships, and even yourself. But the question is, are you ready to listen? Perhaps everything seems fine on the outside. You wake up, fulfill your responsibilities, take care of everyone around you. But inside, there's an emptiness. A feeling that something is missing, like your soul is quietly crying out for help. This feeling isn't madness. It's a calling. The universe has been trying to reach you through signs, and there are quite a few. Recurring dreams. Synchronicities. That number that keeps appearing. Or people who show up out of nowhere and say exactly what you needed to hear. But how do you listen when the world demands so much from you? How can you hear your soul when you barely have time for yourself? That's why you're here. This message has come to you because the universe chose this moment, right now, to speak clearly. Your angels want you to know that something significant is unfolding behind the scenes of your life. Something that goes beyond appearances, beyond what your physical eyes can see. There is a force guiding you. Even in moments when you thought you were alone. Even when no one understood your pain. Even when everything seemed to go wrong. In fact, you have been guided all along. And now, it's time to awaken to this. You are at a turning point. And although the road to this point has been filled with ups and downs, what lies ahead can be extraordinary, if you allow it. But the universe needs your permission. It needs you to say with an open heart, yes, I am ready. Yes, I want to listen. Yes, I trust. It's not about religion or magic formulas. It's about connection. About truth. About looking in the mirror and recognizing the strong, sensitive, and intuitive woman you truly are. If you've reached this point, it's not by chance. You were chosen to receive this message. And the reason? Because you have something special inside you. A light that, no matter how hard they try to extinguish it, always comes back to shine. Maybe you've forgotten that. But your angels have not. They are whispering to you every day. In moments of silence. In your most intimate questions. In that prayer said before sleeping, even with tears in your eyes. And the answer is coming. In the next part of this message, you will understand why the universe chose this moment to speak to you. And more than that, you will discover what the next step your soul is asking you to take is. But for now, take a deep breath. Feel. You are safe. You are being guided. And what comes next will touch your heart in ways you never imagined. Have you noticed how some phases of life seem to put us in a kind of forced pause? Nothing moves forward. Nothing fits. It's like everything is at a standstill. Yet, at the same time, something inside you is stirring. That something is your soul trying to alert you. There's a new cycle wanting to be born. But for that to happen, you need to silence the noise around you and listen with your heart. And this is where many women get lost. Trying to manage everything, they end up disconnecting from themselves. But you don't have to take that path. Your angels are whispering truths that you need and deserve to hear. You are not made to just survive the days. You are made to bloom. Even after the losses. Even after the disappointments. You carry within you a strength that the world tried to hide, but now it's awakening. The question echoing in the spiritual realms right now is, are you ready to remember who you are? This remembrance doesn't come from the mind, it comes from the soul. And when you begin to remember, everything changes. You start attracting different people, new situations. And most importantly, you begin to treat yourself with more kindness. The universe has seen your efforts. The sleepless nights. The hidden tears. The way you try to keep everything running, even when you feel like giving up. And that strength you've shown is exactly why the heavens are now moving in your favor. There is an answer coming to you. Maybe not in the way you imagined, but exactly as you need. And it all starts when you decide to stop silencing what you feel. You have been ignoring signals that keep repeating. Intuitions that seem like just things in your head, but are actually clear messages. Perhaps you've dreamed of someone from the past. Or you've been consistently thinking about a decision you avoided for months. None of this is a coincidence. When the universe wants you to pay attention, it speaks through symbols. But when you ignore it, it begins to shout through events. So before the universe has to force you to change, it invites you to choose to change. Gently, consciously, with love for yourself. And that self-love is not selfish. It's wisdom. It's the courage to finally say enough to what diminishes you, and yes to what expands you. You were programmed to take care of everyone else, except yourself. But your angels are here to remind you that you also deserve comfort. You deserve rest. You deserve miracles. And they are coming. In the next part of this message, you will discover how the universe intends to guide you in this new phase, and what the big spiritual lesson is behind everything you have been experiencing. No matter how confusing things seem right now, something beautiful is being prepared. And you will understand why you have gone through each stage of your path up to this point. Now that you have started to feel the whispers of the universe, perhaps another question has arisen in your heart. But why now? Why is this happening right at this moment in my life? The answer is simpler and deeper than you might think. Because you are ready. Even if you still have doubts. Even if you feel lost, tired, broken in some places inside. Your soul knows. And the universe responds to your energetic readiness, not to your perfection. This moment was chosen because you have weathered storms. Because you said yes to life even when it hurt. Because, despite everything, you still believe. Not always with the same strength. Not always with the same enthusiasm. But you believe. And that faith, even when fragmented, is powerful. It is what moves the heavens in your favor. The angels want you to know that a new direction is forming around you. But it will not come with clear maps. It will come with intuitions. With small nudges. With that sudden desire to change something, try something new, step out of a place that no longer represents you. The bigger plan is being revealed gradually. And this is intentional. If everything came at once, you would be overwhelmed. That's why the universe works with synchronicities. It sends people who say what you needed to hear. Brings messages at the most unexpected times. Or even uses silence as a response. But there is one condition for this new phase to begin with strength. You need to say goodbye to what no longer fits. And that goodbye, at times, is the hardest. Not because what is leaving you is still good, but because you've learned to survive with it. It could be a relationship where you feel invisible. A cycle of constant self-criticism. A life where you give everything to everyone and receive nothing in return. The universe is calling for you to let go. Not as a punishment, but out of love. Because it cannot place something new in your hands, if they are still full of what hurts you. At this point, perhaps your heart whispers, "But I'm scared," and that's okay. Fear is not the opposite of faith. The true opposite of faith is giving up. And that, you haven't done. You are here, reading this message, with an open heart, even if shaky. That is already more than enough. Your angels want to remind you that you are not alone in this process. Every decision you make with love for yourself, every step toward what makes you feel good, is accompanied by invisible forces. You are not being pushed into the unknown, you are being guided to your destiny. And destiny, in this case, is not a place. It's a state of consciousness. It's the moment you stop adapting to what hurts, and start building a life that nourishes your soul. In the next part, you will discover how this transformation will impact your relationships, your self-esteem, and even your connection with the divine. Because what is being born inside you is much greater than any external change. It's a rebirth. We've reached the deepest part of this journey. And if you are here, it's because something within you has recognized this truth from the very beginning. The universe is not against you, it is trying to awaken you to something greater. But maybe you're still wondering, what changes in my life from now on? How will this connection with the universe impact everything I am, everything I live? The answer is, in everything. When you begin to listen to the signs and respond with presence, courage, and self-love, a series of changes are set in motion. First, within yourself, you start to feel more confident in who you are. The doubts that once paralyzed you now serve only as points of reflection, no longer as walls. You learn to trust your intuition. That soft and clear voice that has always been there, but which you ignored out of fear of being wrong. And then what happens around you changes too. Relationships that once drained you begin to fade away on their own. Not because you are harsh or selfish, but because your energy stops resonating with neediness, waiting, and submission. You become magnetic. Because women connected to their truth shine, even in silence. And this glow draws different people to you. Souls that recognize your light. Situations that uplift your spirit. Doors that once seemed locked begin to open easily. This is how the universe responds to your active listening. But there's more. This transformation also affects your relationship with time. You stop chasing after things that only leave you exhausted. You start to understand that what is meant for you comes at the right time, and that waiting can be a form of faith, not failure. You become less reactive and more aware. Less rigid and more compassionate with yourself. And that's when something almost magical happens. You reconnect with the divine in an intimate, simple, and profound way. You realize you were never alone. That moment when you cried secretly in your car. That night when you couldn't sleep out of anxiety. Or that time when you thought about giving up on everything. In all those moments, something bigger was holding you up. And today, that something bigger is saying, you made it. You've awakened. Now move forward confidently into the new that awaits you. But be careful, listening to the universe is just the beginning. The true power lies in taking action based on that listening. This means, start saying yes more to what expands you. Say no to what drains your energy. Take care of your body as a temple, your mind as a garden, and your soul as a star. Ask for help when you need it. Celebrate your small victories. Choose every day the life you want to live, not the one that was pushed onto you.
This is your new mission, to stay true to your essence. And whenever you feel lost, tired, or disconnected, remember this message. It is an anchor. A reminder that the universe speaks to you, and that now, you have learned to listen. You are not here just to survive. You are here to live with soul, with purpose, with presence. And this new phase begins with a simple decision: choose to listen. Choose to trust. Choose to follow. Your angels are celebrating this awakening with you. And everything you desire, everything that resonates with your truest essence, is already on its way. Trust.